So we're here with Sebastian today, and he's just had his medication. So we're sharing one of few quiet moments that I get to have with him. And he comes here, he cuddles up with me, and he relaxes a little bit.
Ow.
And
There.
Sebastian's a really good boy. Sebastian, can you say hi?
Hi.
What are you doing? Playing your video game there? Excellent. So one of the things that we want to share with the world is how ADHD affects children every day, like our son Sebastian here. Can keep quiet. In our family, we have three different types of ADHD. There's my son Osman, who has just ADD, none of the hyperactivity. There's Sebastian, who has ADHD, global delay, and ODD, and we'll get into all those, what those letters means later on a later post. And there's myself. I was undiagnosed until adulthood, and that came with its own set of struggles. Just because it's very costly, actually, I found out to get diagnosed as an adult. Being seen by a psychiatrist to even run the test can cost anywhere between $1,800 and $3,000. That's in Canada, and I'm not sure in other countries like the States, for example, it could probably be even far more expensive. And the thing about ADD is that's so disruptive is how it disrupts relationships, how it disrupts decisions that you make. We are very capable people. For example, my son Osman and myself, Sebastian struggles with school, but Osman and I, we're on a very high functioning register of the ADD. Now, that's just academics. ADHD doesn't affect just one aspect of your life. It's everything. Relationships, financial decisions. And let me explain about that, because that causes a lot of strife with people that have ADHD.
No.
Because we are very capable of thinking creatively and very capable of seeing the big picture, of dreaming big, we often forget the details. And now you can see how something like this can be dangerous when it comes to making a financial decision. The other day I went out to buy a car, and of course my wife made the mistake of sitting in by myself. I was supposed to get a little Honda so I can commute to my new job that I had and come right back. I came home with a Cadillac. When people ask us questions, we go absent-minded. Not because we are dumb, but because our brains tap into multiple answers, almost to the point of freezing, of being incapable of answering and drifting away. We jump into the rabbit hole and don't come out. I remember as a young boy, my parents were trying to teach me algebra, and they would leave me these draconian exercises, hundreds of lines of algebra exercises, and my dad, who's a brilliant mathematician, would sit there and try to explain to me, and then he would ask me a question, and I would just give him this stare, just blank stare, and he would get so frustrated with me. He's like, I can't explain it to you more, and it's not because I wasn't getting it. It's not because I was dumb. If you actually look at my grades, looking back, I just recently went back and looked at my grades. I got excellent, phenomenal grades, but only on the classes that I like. Not good with math. Why? Because math opens up so many possibilities to give an answer. And I'm not talking about like 2 plus 2 math. I'm talking about like more abstract concepts, right? Like algebra and geometry and things of this nature. We drift away in our minds. And you can see how this can have an impact in relationships as well, in causing depression. So the reason that we're doing our project is so people are more understanding. There's a lot of people walking around out there that don't even understand themselves. We don't come with an owner's manual. We don't wake up in the morning and say, oh, you know what? I'm having this reaction because this is what's wrong with me. The reason that I make these decisions is, oh, because my brain is wired a little different than everybody else. We want this to create awareness, not just for the people that suffer currently or struggle with ADHD, but also for the people that don't understand it, to the people that think it's a made-up diagnosis, to the people that fail to see the connection. They think it's just a behavioral issue and it just affects you in school. It doesn't just affect your school. It affects you at work. It affects your relationships. It affects society, because we are out there every day. Our sons are playing with your sons, and I love them just as much as you love your children, and I would do anything for them as you would too. Thank you, and if you agree with our message of inclusion, of educating yourselves, of understanding, uh, please show us your love. Leave your comments, share this video, and we'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions, by all means, that's what we're here to do. Thank you and have a great day.